What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Phil, BLP3 Motors. I'm sitting in my beautiful brand new 2019 Mustang GT. Guys, I'm in love with it. I've owned it for over a week and it's just like the best car that I've ever had. So excited about it. And like I promised, guys, today's video, I'm going to be talking about how much this cost and basically what I'm paying monthly and what are my insurance payments and kind of all that together. So I'm going to throw up on the screen the window sticker so that you guys can see it. I'm going to read a couple things off of it so that you guys know exactly what I have, what the MSRP was, and all that good stuff. So it's the 2019 Mustang GT. It's got the Oxford wide exterior. The interior is called ebony leather trim with the power seats. And so what's particular with this one, it's got the 12-inch LCD digital instrument cluster, the ambient lighting. That's all part of the 401A package. And so with the 401A package, I have the Premier trim with clear accent group, the Premier floor mats with accent stitch, and so Ford Pass Connect. Now, I'm not sure if Ford Pass Connect is on the regular ones, and if you don't know anything about the Ford Pass Connect, that thing is freaking sick. It is so cool. You can stop your car from your phone. You can have quiet hours because I have the active exhaust, and it is freaking cool. And you can also pay your payments. It comes with the navigation, and I've got the blind spot, cross traffic alert. So some of the optional things I have in here is I have the 10-speed automatic. I have the active valve performance, like I said. This comes with the GT Performance package. And so basically that is the 19 ebony black painted aluminum wheels. It's got 255s in the front, 275s in the back, and it's a 19-inch rim with a summer tire. And then we have that performance rear wing. And what's really cool about this is it has the 3.55 limited slip. So looking at this, basically the MSRP on this is $49,135. And what I paid is about $45 and some change on it when it's all said and done. Now, I want to tell you guys about the whole process here. So I've been searching for months for this Mustang. Well, actually, I've been searching for months for a car. I wasn't sure what car to get. Should I buy new? Should I buy used? And I was going through a lot because, I mean, I really wasn't sure when I first started what was going to be my monthly payment that I needed to be in order to afford whatever car. So I was car shopping, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was looking at some older Corvettes. I was actually looking at some Hellcats that were used, but the Hellcats were just a little bit out of my price range. And so I was kind of like thinking, I've always wanted a Mustang. And if you guys have been watching the videos, you know that Mustangs are, well, the Mustang GT is one of my dream cars, and I've wanted it since I was like a kid. So, you know, I decided that I wanted a Mustang, and there was a lot of Mustangs to choose from. And so one thing that you need to know is that, like, in the first year of ownership, the Mustang pretty much depreciates like up to 20%. And so you lose a lot. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just buy a Mustang that's a year old, right? And so I was shopping with some of that, and then I started to build Mustangs online on the Ford.com, and I was kind of pricing and looking at what to expect. And I kind of came across the 401A package. And basically that gives you that 12-inch digital cluster. And so I was looking at it, and I was playing like with some images and looking at some YouTube videos, and I decided that was one of those must-haves. And I don't know what's a must-have for you. Some guys are very minimal and they don't want a lot of the tech. They just want the sound, call it a day. But I wanted the 401A package. I wanted the leather seats, and I wanted the cooled seats. And so cooled seats were one of the most important things for me too. You know, all said and done, I really wanted the red seats and I was looking for it, and I couldn't find it, and I was actually really bummed about it. But I came across this deal, and this deal was stinking awesome. So now I want to talk to you guys about when it started to come time to purchase. And so one of the things that I did was I actually joined the Mustang Owners of America, or Mustang Club. I forget what it's called right at the second. But basically, when you join it, it's like $50 to join for the year. It basically gave you benefits. And so the benefits is to be on the X plan. And so the X plan, basically the way it works is you basically get the dealer's invoice, and the dealer can only charge you up to $100 more. But I went ahead and signed up for it because I was thinking at that time I was maybe wanting to build my Mustang. So custom build a Mustang, you don't really get any rebates, you don't get all that good stuff, you know, you're kind of just paying, and sometimes you pay a little more. And so I was like, maybe I want to do the X plan so that I didn't have to pay up the butt and pay like a ton of stuff. And what ended up happening was, in the whole process of doing that, I reached out to a friend, and they connected me with a dealer, and Seth, you guys remember Seth? Seth ended up being the sales guy that I was working with. He was a great sales guy. But we ended up finding this Mustang, and it was actually priced really well. And so now here is the big thing. I don't know if you guys know this, but Ford was offering 0% APR for 72 months. Okay, so that was an amazing freaking deal. And so that literally, I stumbled across that when I was building and pricing the Mustangs. I was like, wait, you can get 0% APR? How is that even possible? And so I was playing with some of the figures, and I realized that I can actually get into a pretty nice Mustang for affordable monthly payments with the 0% APR. And so here's the catch with the 0% APR. You basically need a mid 700 credit score in order to do that. And so I was actually talking to a couple Mustang people throughout the United States. Shout out to anyone who's in the Mustang group on Facebook. You guys are awesome. You guys help me so much. So big shout out to you guys. And also on Reddit, some guys were helping me on there. And so, Reddit's kind of, they're a little meaner on Reddit, but they're still, they're diehard Mustang fans. And I'm sure most of you guys are, but they're a little nicer on Facebook. So I'm thinking more of the noobs are on Facebook, but that's not a bad thing either. Or at least they're just more friendly. But anyway, I found out that like I could qualify for this, and I have some pretty decent credit, my wife and I together actually, and so we ended up qualifying for the 0%, and basically it was a no-brainer at that point. I'm like, okay, 0%, and so basically you can't have any of the rebates and stuff like that. So I ended up paying 45. I think it's like 45.3 is really what I ended up paying out the door with this, which was such a great deal for this car. I mean, there's so much car for this money, and it came to about $618 a month is what my bill came to, and that was in the price range that I wanted. I actually wanted to be under 640. That's really what I can afford right now, and I'm just being transparent with you guys. Because I really want to make this video for anyone who's trying to shop Mustangs. Oh, I forgot. So what I was trying to say was I was talking to other guys that were in that Mustang group, and they were telling me that 0% APR was like, you couldn't get it on a Mustang in some states. Some states you can only get them on like F-150s or the Escapes and yada yada, but they weren't available for the Mustang. But in Oklahoma, they were available for the Mustang. So the entire month of June, they had the 0% 72-month APR. And so I was like, oh man, I'm hoping they extend that to September, because I was thinking about buying in September or like mid-August. August 3rd was my birthday. I ended up getting it before my birthday, but it was for my birthday. But basically my boy Seth reached out to me, and he was like, hey man, this thing's going away. We're extending this to July 8th, and I don't know when it's going to come back. And so I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm pricing it. So I was like, okay, well, if I know I qualify for 0% APR, if this thing ends, then I qualify for, what's the next thing I qualify for? And so I ended up qualifying for like 4%, or like 4 point something percent. And I'm like, oh, so, the same car, same everything, but at 4%, put my monthly payments closer to $700. And so I'm like, oh, that's kind of not where I want to be right now. I like that whole $619. And so that really made me pull the trigger. And I was like, you know what? This is a sign. I'm going to go. If this car's available, let's go and get it. And I ended up getting there. We got the car, obviously. But I ended up getting gap insurance. And so it was like $850 for the gap insurance, which honestly is a pretty good deal in the sense where I used to work in insurance. And so what ends up happening is, like, let's say you buy a car, the car depreciates 20%. In that first year, you get into an accident. Now the insurance company is going to pay you what the actual value is of the car at that time. So there's a potential that you could owe more on the car than, what you actually, so you could owe more on the car than what the insurance pays out for you. And so a lot of people end up getting like screwed like that. They don't have a car, and they still have like they owe like $6,000-7,000 on their car. And so the Mustangs, they depreciate pretty good. It's like 20% in the first year, and then it starts to slow down a little bit, and you're looking at 30-40% by like 5 years. And so it's kind of crazy how that works. So that's what I ended up paying, and so I was really comfortable with that, and I was really excited about that. And so let's move on over to the insurance. So with the insurance, I ended up taking the VIN number, and I called my insurance company, kind of figuring out what was going to be, because I'm going to recommend this, guys. Always go in with a plan. Know exactly the range that you want to pay with your monthly payments, and figure out what range you want to be in your insurance. I mean, and if you make a certain amount of money, you don't want to end up getting a car that's like almost exactly the same amount of money that you make or like that you've delegated for it, so to speak, because sometimes you can have a bad month. I don't know if people work hourly versus salary, and so sometimes you get sick and you don't work as much and you end up getting screwed. So I mean, like, always be smart about it, guys. Always plan ahead and make sure that you can truly afford the payments before you end up in a vehicle that you really want that you can't afford, because then you end up losing it, and that sucks. But I priced the insurance, and the insurance on this Mustang is actually pretty freaking cheap. So a couple things to think about too, because I used to work in insurance. So with the insurance, the things that they're looking at like where the vehicle is located. They're actually looking at your credit score too. They're looking at your driving history, and what was the third thing they were looking at? So it was the area. Oh yeah, the value of the vehicle too. So there's like those 4 big criterias, and so based on that. So I'm 32 years old. Well, actually, I'll be 32 years old, so I'm not considered a younger driver. I know a lot of people are a little bit younger drivers that are driving the Mustangs or want the Mustangs, and basically, I carry pretty high insurance levels because, obviously I review cars and I do things like that, but I carry 250, 500, 500. That's my insurance level that I carry, and I have $1,000 deductible. So that's me being transparent with you guys, and this car ended up being $100 a month. $100 a month for that kind of coverage for me. Now, I have a buddy who is 21, 22. He's paying $300 a month, and I don't know if he's got the same kind of coverage as me. Maybe he's like 1,100, 50 or 1,100, 100. But it pays to be older and a safe driver. But that's kind of what I paid in the insurance. So altogether, I'm looking at like $730. So I was talking about the gap insurance. So the gap insurance added like $15 a month, which is, I was willing to pay that. So, all said and done, I think it was like $730 is kind of what I ended up paying. And I'm not good at math, so don't quote me on that, the prices that I put there. But that's kind of the range that I wanted to be in, and that was pretty good. And so, I mean, so if you're looking for a Mustang, buying used is great too, because you get stupid good deals. But if you're going to finance, look for things like the 0% 72-month loans, because that for me ended up putting me in a brand new vehicle versus buying used. And I plan on holding on to this car, and I plan on modifying this car. And so, for me, it was just a no-brainer, and it worked well that way, guys. And so in the comment section below, let me know what your story is. So if you bought a new Mustang, what was your APR? What's your monthly payments? Or has there been a time in your life where you bought more car than you could afford? What ended up happening? Let's just have a conversation in the comment section. I really want to hear from you guys. I really enjoy talking with you guys. So like the video, drop a comment. I would mega appreciate that. But guys, this is this video. That's what my monthly payments are. That's what my insurance costs are. You know how much this car costs. You've seen the invoice. This is my favorite car that I've ever owned, and I love it so much. So if you're fortunate enough to have a Mustang, you're awesome. And if you're looking for buying a Mustang, guys, there are a lot of deals out there. The 2020s are about to come out, so the 19s are going to drop, and I'm hoping that Ford brings back that 0% APR so that some of you guys can reap some of that benefit. But for me, it was a no-brainer. It was smart. I loved it. And I'm in one of my dream cars. I'm literally sitting in one of my dream cars, and I'm shooting this video. Total side note all the way too. So I ceramic sealed the car. I used the shine armor. I'm gonna make a video on it. I wanted to test out the product before I did that, but guys, I am so excited and so happy with it. So I don't know how the white is glistening, but like it's glossy and it's nice, and there's no dirt and stuff that's sticking onto it, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, I started a tangent. I am sorry, but I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the comment section. Make sure to watch some videos. Don't skip the ads, guys. I love you. A lot more Mustang content coming up. But seriously, guys, I appreciate you guys. It's because of you that my dreams are coming true, and I'm able to turn this into a business, and I'm able to do a lot of fun stuff, and I want to continue doing that. So I said it all. Guys, I'll see you in the comment section.